Hey everyone, I'm so glad you're here. It's Holloway versus Oliveira #2 this Saturday night live from T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. And today I'm dropping my official main card picks where my money's at, why stylistically these fights scream my way, and the edges that I'm seeing overall. These are my personal calls based on matchups, form, and just overall gut feel. So let's jump in. We're going to start at the bottom of the main card. Let's go. Kicking off the main card in the middleweight division are Gregory Robocop Rodrigues versus Brunno Ferreira. I'm going to go for Robocop on this one. This guy's a freak with his explosive athleticism. He's got power in both of his hands, nasty knees in the clinch, and he's got solid grappling to mix things up. His style is pure forward pressure, like kill or be killed. He's got feints, he's got pressure, he's constantly hunting knockouts. That said, Ferreira does have one-punch power, and he likes to finish fights quick, but he is inconsistent, and he gets hit clean just a little too often. His defense has wrinkles in it, and against the speed and athleticism of Robocop, I just think his quickness, his ability to chain strikes and drop levels or takedowns, it's just going to give him the edge over Ferreira. I think Robocop is going to overwhelm him with his relentless pressure, and I think he'll find a way to land something massive. So my pick in this is Gregory Rodrigues. I'm going to say TKO round 1 or 2. Next up, we've got lightweights, Drew Dober, and he takes on Michael Johnson. Dober is a fan favorite brawler. He's got big power. He likes to come forward, fight in the pocket. He swings with heavy hooks, but his defense leaves him wide open. He's eaten a lot of shots, and his chin and durability just isn't what it used to be. Johnson, he's still quick. He's got that sneaky pop, sharp boxing fundamentals, great footwork. I love the way he pivots and circles off the cage, and he uses his grappling when he needs to. This for sure is going to be a striker versus striker delight. I love this matchup. I know MJ can be unpredictable, but I just think he fights smarter. He picks his shots. He's going to avoid a wild brawl, and he can counter Dober's aggression effectively. Dober leaves openings, and I think MJ is going to exploit that with his timing and just his experience. So my pick is Michael Johnson, decision or late TKO. Next up, we have bantamweights Rob Font and Raul Rosas Jr. I'm going with Raul Rosas Jr. on this one. At 21, he's showing elite chain wrestling, explosive takedowns, he's got slick submissions, and his striking is really improving. Font is a crafty veteran. He's got that long jab. He's a sniper with his counters. He loves range, but his chin's cracked in recent fights, and his takedown defense just isn't elite. He's coming off that loss against David Martinez back in Noche last year. I watched that one. Stylistically, this favors Rosas Jr. Raul's going to close the distance. He's going to force clinch work, and he's going to shoot, and once it hits the mat, forget it. Font's in deep trouble. He might land strikes early, but Rosas is just young. His speed, his grappling dominance, I think that's just going to take over. So my pick on this one is Rosas Jr. by submission, round 2. The middleweights are next with Caio Borralho taking on Reinier de Ritter. I like Caio on this one. I think this matchup favors him stylistically. Borralho is well-rounded. He's got sharp kickboxing, clean combos. He's got solid wrestling to stuff or counter shots, and his ground game has gotten a lot better. RDR, on the other hand, he's a submission wizard. He's got a long frame. He loves chokes and arm bars, but his striking defense is sus. And he's been exposed against high-pressure fighters who know how to close range. And so, yeah, Caio, both fighters are coming off losses. Caio had that loss to Imavov last year, and RDR had that devastating retirement against Brendan Allen. I mean, Caio looked okay. I hope RDR is much better, much healthier. I just think that Borralho makes smarter entries and level changes. He's going to sprawl. And on the feet, I think his power and his volume will break RDR down. If DeRitter does shoot, Caio can punish him for that. And I think he's going to reverse. Caio's going to dictate the pace. So overall, my pick is Borralho by unanimous decision. And finally, the main event we've been waiting for, Max Holloway defending his BMF strap against Charles Oliveira. First, let's talk about the BMF belt. I know it's a made-up title, but when it's been fought for by legends like Gaethje, Holloway, Poirier, Oliveira, who've put everything out there, and they've thrilled MMA fans again and again. I think it's a worthy accolade. I think it gives the fans incredible super fights to enjoy, and it honors the fighters for their unique and their long-standing contribution to the sport. That said, when this fight was announced, my heart froze. As a matter of fact, when Charles called out Max after his win against Gamrot in Brazil last fall, I thought to myself, no, not Max. I think outside of Ilia, Max is the most challenging stylistic matchup for Charles. Guys, Charles Oliveira is the reason I fell in love with this sport. I think both his personal and his professional story is so inspiring, from being considered a mid-tier fighter to becoming the record holder for most submissions, most finishes in UFC history. I think that's incredible. He is so thrilling, the way he's able to glide from striking to grappling and snag a submission out of chaos. On the feet, yes, he is prone to move forward recklessly. He leaves it all like to reckless abandon, which leaves him vulnerable defensively. He's paid dearly for that. So now let's talk Max Holloway, the beloved, blessed Max Holloway. He is the volume king. He holds the record in the UFC for the most significant strike landed in the octagon. He has high cardio. He has very high fight IQ. And in 5-round fights, he throws more strikes than anyone in the UFC. He's known for his durability, his beautiful, crisp boxing, great footwork, and that lets him pressure without getting tagged too clean. That said, he is hittable, and he's been hit many, many times. Listen, friends, my head says Max Holloway wins this. Charles is hittable when he's swinging for the fences, and his chin is suspect these days. Stats say that Max will outland Charles 2-1 over 5 rounds for a clear decision. But my heart says Charles Oliveira, guys. I'm riding with my homie on this one. I know Max has become more calculating and strategic in recent fights, but Charles, he's going to close the distance, and he's going to force clinch entries where he can create chaos, and that's key. He's going to have knees, and he's going to have elbows, and he's going to damage Holloway, and then he's going to initiate grappling exchanges. And if it does get chaotic, and if it hits the mat, Holloway's got solid takedown defense, but just one scramble, one guard pull, one clinch transition, and it's over. It's over quick. Plus, Charles does have explosive power in the pocket, and if he catches Max coming in, one clean shot or chain could take it to the ground. Stylistically, this will be a nightmare for Holloway if it does touch the mat. There will be chokes from everywhere. At least that's what I'm hoping here. So even though logic does point to Holloway, my pick is Charles Oliveira by submission in rounds 3 or 4. Yep, I'm going with my heart over my head on this one. I'm riding with my numero uno, and that's it. There you have it, guys. Those are my main card picks for UFC 326 from bottom to top. RoboCop over Brunno Ferreira, Michael Johnson over Drew Dober, Rosas Jr. over Rob Font, Caio Borralho over RDR, and Charles, my heart pick forever, over Max Holloway. Where do you agree? Where do you disagree? Drop your predictions right here. Who's your favorite? If you're pumped for this Saturday night, guys, hit that like button, please. Or if you're new to my channel, please hit subscribe so that you hear more from my videos when I publish them. And that's it, guys. I look forward to it. Enjoy the fights this Saturday. Mwah, 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 mwah. Peace out. Enjoy. See you soon.